We are back again reviewing the matches of the previously reigning Evo champion. Of course, I'm talking about Angry Bird here, the 2023 Evo champion. And we're looking at the matches that were the ones responsible for knocking him off of his throne. So yesterday, we looked at winners round 4 match of Angry Bird versus Momochi. But at this point in the bracket, Angry Bird is on a mission to make it into that top 6. So at this point, he's gone to losers bracket. He's eliminated Aqua 2-1, the person who actually put Mena RD into losers. Pugera 2-0, Fudo 2-0, and now he has one more opponent to make it into top 6. So this is actually a 7th place match. So historically in the FGC, if you make it into the top 8, you make it to the finals on Sunday, which at Evo would be in the big arena. But since the previous year in 2023, they changed it so that the finals for all games are only the top 6, which me personally and a lot of people in the community think is just absolutely whack, but that's how it is. So this set is pretty interesting because even though it's not being played on Sunday in the stadium, it's at the end of a 12-hour long day of action. It's a top 8 match. So instead of being a first to 2 set, this set is actually first to 3. And both these players actually do get an Evo medal. You get a top 8 Evo medal and you get prizing. You just don't get to do it on the big stage and have the moment in the ceremony. It's very bizarre. And it's actually a very terrible place to end up because, you know, you want to make it to Evo Sunday. That's the whole point of it. Well, it's pretty funny because his opponent is none other than Nemo. Nemo, if you guys remember, in Evo 2023 got to 7th place. He was eliminated at 7th place before being knocked out of the tournament, got his Evo medal, but didn't make it into the Sunday final. So a devastating position to lose in. And he's been on a tear getting to this point in the bracket. He eliminated Mena RD, the Evo Japan champion, and the previous Evo's grand final runner-up. Mena RD beat him 2-1. He eliminated Tachikawa 2-1, Xiao Hai 2-1, and now he's going up against Angry Bird as the final match of all of Saturday for Street Fighter 6 to determine who is going to make it into that top 6 position. So it's going to be Ken versus M. Bison. Nemo, traditionally a JP main. Since JP got heavily nerfed, he now plays primarily M. Bison once he got released, but before that was Blanca. So he uses mostly M. Bison, a little bit of Blanca, and a little splash of JP here and there where it's needed. So M. Bison, really strong pressure with the scissors, plus unblock stand fierce punch, and of course gets the game started once he lands the bomb on you. Immediate perfect parry after the stand fierce. So this stand fierce is +1 on block. It's a good way to get the party started. So nice countering with the perfect parry there from Angry Bird. Gets to corner carry. Bison, strong offense, strong neutral, but a little bit weaker in defense. But I love this use of the head stomp. And to me, this is the most unique thing about Nemo's and Bison that I've noticed so far. He finds all these amazing gaps to use head stomp as an escape tool to escape the corner. So it finds the gap in the string here, takes the opportunity after blocking the Jinrai to do just regular head stomp or the Psycho Rise into OD head stomp +5. That is an immediate way to build some space and get some plus frames going. Angry Bird, recognizing the plus frames, tries to jump away from the pressure here. That's why he gets air reset after the back heavy kick. Stand fierce again, goes for the low here. A lot of jumping here from Angry Bird. Once again, I love the usage of the head stomp. Gets the plus frames at the stand fierce to the low forward to the head stomp to then side swap here. Very tricky movement, hard to tell what side he's going to be on, where he's going to go. You see the attempted crouch fierce here as well from Angry Bird, just in case he came back around after the head stomp is blocked. You can choose, you can kind of pilot what direction you're going into, and you have the option to press the punch button to go into the Devil's Reverse, or the Hell Diver, I think it's called after the head stomp, the Hell Diver here. And if he comes in at a sharper angle, he can go for plus frames, and if it hits, he gets a combo. But he just uses it to get out of the way. That's why you see Angry Bird preemptively whiffing that crouching fierce right there. Stand fierce plus frames, drive rush in, plus frames. Psycho Crusher anti-air is a stronger anti-air to use if you have charge than crouch fierce from M. Bison. It can be done a little bit later. And worst comes to worst, if you're too late with it, it's safe. So empty jump there from Angry Bird. Psycho Crusher is safe. Clips the drive rush. Here's the conversion. Goes straight into the level 1 stand fierce level 1 to force the burnout. Get the party started here for Nemo. Nice jump from Angry Bird there. Still fighting his way out of the corner. Low drive meter situation here from Nemo though, so he can't get too antsy with any drive rushes or any DIs. I love the punish again. So, not sure why he went for the early head stomp. Maybe trying to bait out potentially an anti-air or a DP or something. Burnout here for Nemo. Wow, very lucky. Nice conversion as well. So I think he could have done potentially drive rush DP, but he just missed it. But excellent awareness there from Nemo to land the jump in, get the conversion to the jabs into the level 1. His optimal conversion that he needed to secure the round. Super common situation here that you see a lot of high-level players use is like staggered drive rush outside of footsie range. So he didn't react here, did Nemo, to the whiff stand medium kick, but it's kind of like a spacing trap. You get into ranges where you're outside of their best poke range, and then you sporadically drive rush in, and that allows you to get offensive pressure, either get around their moves, force them to take a mix, or actually get a punish. So here he whiffed the stand medium kick, did Angry Bird, drive rush crouch light kick conversion, gets the bomb planted, and if you're not familiar with Bison, the whole goal is to have the bomb planted, because now certain special moves will activate the bomb for either giving plus frames on block, a better knockdown advantage on hit, or huge damage on hit. So basically the risk reward is heavily in Bison's favor. Once this bomb is planted, he gets knocked down and he's drive rushing in, can go for a low, an overhead, or strike throw mix. Overhead was attempted, but Angry Bird smelt the fake pressure, jabbed out of it. Low to clip him trying to jump away from the pressure. Drive rush throw, drive rush fierce. Time to hold the strike throw. The only reversal option he has is level 1. Does Bison. OD Psycho Crusher's not invincible. And once again, backing up to this range to control the escape options. Late DP anti-air. Heads, Devil's Reverse right there to get a little tricky with it. Trying to find an opportunity to get out. Look at that. Like I mentioned before, he loves to use the head stomp into the OD head stomp there, but actually it whiffs that time. The hitbox is not that wide on it, so this would be plus on block if it connected, and Nemo thought he was being forced to block. That's why he did back heavy kick right there. But the whiff causes him to eat the punish, the whiff punish. Look at this game. This is the game we play, my man. Oh my god. Drive, rush, jab. This is the game we play. It's good. It's good. It gets the party started. It's hard to check. And on hit, you get combos. On block, you get a mix-up. And this time, after the scramble, Angry Bird finds a low forward, confirm. Strike throw city. Yeah, so also with the head stomp mix, every time he goes up with a head stomp or to the cycle rise into the air, you don't know if he's going to fall immediately with a head stomp or do a devil's reverse and go back, or do a devil's reverse and approach forward. So he's trying to bait out your anti-airs and trying to keep mixing you up with this approach here. And this time he goes for the devil's reverse and then accelerates towards Angry Bird, gets some plus frames right there. Overextends the turn with a stand heavy punch, gets plus frames, doesn't convert though. Nice interruption there from Nemo. Run empty. Oh, once again, same idea I mentioned before, right? Using the drive rush, empty drive rush at a certain range where you can bait out footsie buttons. So same idea. Last time Angry Bird whiffed the stand medium kick. This time he's whiffing stand heavy kick. Gets the combo conversion. Bomb planted. Wow, what a wake up throw. So clearly Nemo did drive rush here. He wanted to go empty drive rush to fake an offensive option because he wanted to bait out potentially. Yeah, he's walking back here in these final few frames. If Angry Bird woke up with a DP here, scared of the offense, he would be dead. There's a high chance he would have been dead. Nemo would have built the level 3. The OD Psycho Crusher with the bomb planted does too much damage. It's absurd. So Angry Birds was wise to the risk reward here and just did the immediate throw, because knowing that Nemo might be greedy looking for the reversal in that situation. Wow, spacing trap here from Angry Bird does not work out. Immediate heavy kick to stand light kick buffer, maybe to a Jinrai, but stand fierce is huge range, lurching forward, lets the move whiff, and still gets the punish counter on it. Now he gets heavy mine. Heavy mine here, when you land the heavy back fist, has the best Oki. So a drive rush in, overhead this time, blocked. But now the bomb's going to detonate on its own, gives Nemo a way to get in and get a bit more pressure. This target combo is pretty interesting. So after stand medium punch, he has two options. You can either, or three, you can do nothing. Or you can do the towards heavy punch, I believe, to go for the overhead, or the down heavy kick to go for the low. The low one is actually like a frame trap and is safe on block. And the overhead is safe as well, but there's a gap. So it goes low, catches Angry Bird trying to walk away. Perfect parry. Once again, you know, I mean, the Stand Fierce, it comes out of nowhere. Such a good button, but you know he's going to be pressing buttons after. So perfect parry there from Angry Bird. Stand Fierce conversion on the crouching hurtbox there. It's the Jinrai, or sorry, the Dragon Lash extension. Strike throw, meaty jab this time. So typically it's pretty hard after these dash-ins to keep people grounded. I'm fairly certain that Nemo here, he's standing. He was probably trying to backdash or jump out of the corner to escape a potential throw mix. And but this was very smart from Angry Bird now to go for meaty jabs because he has enough meter to convert from the meaty jabs to kill with a level 3 conversion. And you can actually hit confirm it very easily in this situation. So smart play from Angry Bird. The defensive option from Nemo, the defensive guess did not work out. Gets the conversion, level 3. Angry Bird up in the first game of this first of 3. Rare moment of peace in between these two players. First fireball from Angry Bird immediately gets perfect parried into the Drive Rush OS. So you tap parry and do Drive Rush behind it. If you get the perfect parry, you get the Drive Rush to come out. Messes something up here. This was really interesting. Look at this conversion. So Angry Bird wanted neutral jump into maybe crouch medium kick into Tatsu or something. I'm not sure exactly what he wanted there. He didn't want to flail and whiff a jump move like that. That wasn't the intention. He wanted some kind of combo follow-up. But Nemo recognizes this, gets the Crouch Fierce anti-air, and he knows that on counter hit or punish counter, you can get juggles from it. So he cancels the Crouch Fierce anti-air into the back fist and finds the mine, which is a huge punish for that flub from Angry Bird. Because the mine planted is when Bison gets his party started. See, so he lets the mine explode naturally this time and uses that as cover to get in to go for a mix. But a little gap on the offense and Angry Bird jabs out of it. But, of course, anytime he's spaced, that Stand Fierce is coming out, man. Your spacing traps do not work against Bison because that Stand Fierce is just going to go right over them. Punish counter. Time for the combo. Yep. So I could tell as I was watching this what he did here. So in this version of the combo, normally you go for the heavy ender, the heavy back fist, because that gives the best knockdown advantage. Here he did medium back fist combo. That plants the bomb, and it's very powerful because it sets up an auto-timed overhead. It's less plus on knockdown than doing the heavy back fist, but it's perfectly timed so that if you do overhead, you actually get a combo from it. So overhead connects, raw, meterless overhead. It's plus on hit to get a combo. And then he goes stand light kick into OD back fist, which gets a combo conversion, which lets him set up another with the bomb explosion. Backfist is one of the moves that detonates the bomb. So OD backfist will detonate the bomb, blow him in the air, let you set up another backfist to plant the bomb again and keep the loop going. So bomb on there, gets the little stagger into the crouching medium punch. It connects on one of Angry Bird's buttons when he was trying to check him from walking away backwards right there. And OD Psycho Crusher, when you have the bomb planted, if he had twice as much health, he was still dead. Pair that with level 3, the OD Psycho Crusher, if that connects when you have the bomb planted, that round is probably over. It is an absurd amount of damage. And if you block it, it's plus 10. This is like one of the first scissor kicks I think we've seen. Am I mistaken? Usually a defining aspect of the neutral for M. Bison, for most players, scissor kicks, it's a forward advancing double hitting move. If it counter hits or punish counters, you get combos from it. Has a decent amount of pushback, or very good pushback rather, I would say, to make it safe, but it is -5, I believe, on block. Yes, so they're -5, but the heavy is -4. So that one, I believe, was the heavy scissors that he went for right there. I think he tried to do the safer version with heavy. And Angry Bird happened to walk into range to block it first, which allowed Angry Bird to get the stand jab punish. Mid-screen shimmy. Into the corner you go. Yeah, once again, trying to hold up on wake up, it seems like, our backdash here, which causes him to eat a meaty Stand Fierce. And if it's meaty, It locks you down, and it lets you get a combo conversion. Throw this time. The RPS. Yeah, and see, even there, just doing the empty head stomp, trying to bait out maybe a DP, you have to be tricky about your approaches here to mix up Angry Bird. You can't just be predictable about where you're going with those. Goes to the low, doesn't connect, but it's safe on block. It's -3, and look at this. The low target combo, walk away, shimmy. Time to plant the bomb. Yes, sir. Oki time for Nemo. Oh my god. Level... Are you dead? No, okay. So, the shimmy lands. So, the heavy back fist has the best Oki because you can do a full empty drive rush, and when you recover, I believe you're +5. So, like I mentioned in the previous video, when you do drive rush, you're committed for a certain window where you can't block. All you can do is cancel into an offensive action. But this Oki is really strong because you can do drive rush into overhead or drive rush into a button, or you can do raw drive rush and then hold back. And after you recover from the drive rush, you're still +5. So that means you can drive rush in and go for a strike throw mix or a shimmy. And a lot of other situations, if you're not plus enough, you can't do drive rush into a shimmy. So he goes drive rush into shimmy, baits the throw, and if this happens, he's building the charge for the OD Cycle Crusher. This does an absurd amount of damage after this conversion. But because he's low in drive meter, he decides to instead just set up the bomb plant here. And it eats a perfect parry for his troubles. Yeah, he needed another interaction to get it done. Burns at the level 3. Look at the meter build during this combo. You know, Perfect Parry has a ton of damage scaling on it, but Angry Bird was perfectly aware of the meter building. If he didn't build level 3, he would be in a very bad situation because that wouldn't have killed, and he would have been in burnout, but perfect recognition on that Perfect Parry that he was going to build a level 3 and be able to get the kill. Great awareness there. Wow, I was about to congratulate Angry Bird on a well-placed DI because, you know, stand heavy punch, you can cancel it into supers, but you can't cancel into DI. But look at the recovery on that. Stand heavy punch plus on block, huge range, and not always guaranteed to DI. But gets the counter DI, gets the bomb planted. Drive rush empty again, using the regular bomb explosion to get the plus frames. Oh, and this time he goes for the target combo, and this time it counter hits, like I mentioned before. That does counter hit. And then he does get a combo. Scissor kick in. Reversal from Angry Bird. Enough of that pressure. RPS begins. Bison's neutral and offense is super good, but sometimes you just eat 3-4 throws in a row. Oh, on the 5th one, he backdashed. So, you know, how many throws are you going to take before you do something in the corner, right? You're just guessing at this point. Backdash out of the throw, and in this situation, he's actually plus enough on the backdash to get a punish counter jab punish right here, which links then into the crouching medium punch, sets up the OD scissors. He has CA available, but I believe because he started with a jab, he wasn't confident. I actually do not know if from a jab you can kill there as M. Bison without a bomb. He might have been able to kill because he has CA available. Jab, medium, drive rush. It would have been close, so I respect him going for that. I don't know for sure. So, when in doubt, don't burn yourself out, right? Because if you burn yourself out, spend the level 3 and don't kill, you're pretty much a sitting duck, right? So instead, he sets up the bomb, puts himself in a prime position, and look, he does the same situation again here. He does the empty drive rush after the bomb plants, holds back for a frame, so if Angry Bird woke up super DP, he would have blocked it, and then he threw him. So baiting reversals and getting the throw. Look at the cross up. Is this Street Fighter 5? Wow. Wow. So after landing the back throw, he goes up for the Devil's Rise here. And at this point, you know, he could head stomp in front. He can halt his momentum. He can do Devil's Reverse and stay in front, or he can go behind. You don't really know where he's going to be at this point. Now, the thing is, Angry Bird could have just parried. In Street Fighter 5, you'd have these mix-ups with Bison's V-Trigger 2 and you didn't have parry, so you just had to hold that. Why Angry Bird chose to not parry at all? That's hard to say. I mean, maybe theoretically he could have done head stomp empty into drive rush throw. It's really hard to say. I feel like you probably should have tried to parry there. It's hard for me to know why he wouldn't want to parry in this situation, but he doesn't use parry, which would have nullified the left-right mix-up entirely, and that gives Nemo the cross-up and gives him the game. Low forward jab, yeah, just like Ken, you know, getting a low forward drive rush cancel into a jab keeps things airtight so they can't reversal between that. gives you plus frames. You can go for a shimmy shimmy or throw mix right there. Gets the shimmy. OD scissors. Sets up the heavy back fist. Time for the mix. Control. Oh, tried to Psycho Crusher right there. Driver's jab stops him. Driver's jab stops him again. Misses the jump in. I feel like that was a miss from Angry Bird. And once again, no driver's DP. I'm surprised. That happened earlier. Sees the Jinrai whiff. Look at the spacing awareness from Nemo. Sees the overhead whiff. Getting the combo set up. +1. Wow, what a challenge after the jab. Great awareness. After lights, you're not plus in this game. You're spaced out, but you know, people can take their turn back. And so Angry Bird pressing that low forward there in the face of grave danger with the bomb on him is very, very brave. Wow, trying to make contact, but he's like just being outranged by Bison here. Satan heavy kick whiffs. Satan heavy punch comes out from Nemo right here. Gets the punish counter combo. Gets the level 1. Gets the round. Drive rush jab again. Very similar tactics between these two characters, actually. A lot of drive rush low forward and drive rush jab. M. Bison's stand light punch, I believe, is 5 frames, so I think it's a little bit slower. But amazing hitbox on this, right? The hitbox is absurd. So you can see from how far away he's actually able to make contact and just check you, get plus frames, and make it his turn. So great tactic to use from M. Bison. Yeah, incorporating the neutral jump here to bait out the Stand Fierce. Neutral jump from Angry Bird will bait out Scissors or Stand Fierce. Potentially, it's a strong tool to use against M. Bison, but if you're too predictable with it, you can eat a jump forward medium air-to-air from M. Bison, but it is a tactic that you see commonly from M. Bison. And M. Bison, I think, if he doesn't have charge, he's pretty weak to jump ins. His Crouch Fierce covers a good angle, but it's slightly slower than other Crouch Fierces, so it can be stuffed if they're not ready. And pairing that with Ken's amazing Jump Fierce means that sporadic jump-ins are very powerful to use against M. Bison with Ken. Oh, there it is again. Double dash into the bait on the delayed throw tag. Neutral jump Fierce from Angry Bird. And look at the space gain just from Angry Bird trying to respect the Devil's Reverse. He had such a great offensive sequence here, right? Gets the full corner, gets the neutral jump bait. He's starting to maul. And then what does he do? After this throw tag, just backs up. Just backs up all the way. He's just not trying to give too much space for Nemo to set up anything tricky with the Psycho Rise, going for something like an OD head stomp or Devil's Reverse or something of that nature. He's trying to avoid disaster and keep control. Keep Bison and Nemo on the right side of the screen as much as possible. Gotta get it done. Wow. Rare usage of sweep from M. Bison here. Try to get the whip punish and the stand light kick. Backdash and throw. Forward dash from Nemo and DI from Angry Bird. Kind of a... Listen, sometimes, I'm going to be honest, the decision-making of both these players, especially Nemo, is sometimes beyond me. These guys are ham. I am not as much of an offensively minded player. These guys are ham. And look at this. I love this option. This is great. So, run step kick brought out from Angry Bird, one of his favorite spaced options. He goes for the neutral jump to bait out, once again, a potential Stand Fierce from Nemo trying to take his turn back. Nemo sees the neutral jump. He reacts to it with Drive Rush, Crouching Fierce into the back fist. So he knows on the Drive Rush it'll juggle and it'll get the bomb planted. So a really great reaction to that. And look at this. I love this option. Just do it. Why not? If you block the Psycho Crusher when you have the bomb planted, the bomb explodes and Bison is +10. But if it hits, what's he do? Stand Fierce overhead. Oh, it just goes overhead into the back fist. Next interaction is so dangerous. And this is the danger of parrying when Bison is on the ground. So he attempts to parry this because he knows the bomb is about to explode. He wants to avoid a mix-up or avoid taking the drive meter damage. But right before the bomb explodes, Nemo goes in for the punish counter throw. And look at this. 1 or 2 interactions away from just absolutely being put into burnout. Goes for the back heavy kick, +1 on block. Keeps it tight with the jab. He drops it though. Okay, scramble. This counter hit jab should combo to crouching medium punch into OD and should kill. Wow. He should have already had the kill and the level 3. If the Psycho Crusher connected, he would have canceled into level 3 to force the chip out. So Angry Bird was buffering the level 3, looking for the reaction. And now Nemo nearly in burnout. But not quite. What a scramble. Let's go back through this one. So, at this point, the round should have been done. Bison is +1 here, but you can't let him just waltz all over you, right? So Angry Bird decides to challenge with his own button, gets counter hit. Nemo, I don't think was prepared for this, but if Nemo had done jab into medium immediately, that does combo and counter hit, he could have canceled into the Psycho Crusher, into the level 3, easy win for the round. So he was late on that. Psycho Crusher is now putting them into burnout, and the last hit of this connects when Ken is in burnout, which makes Psycho Crusher go from -3 to +1 on block. So when you're +1 on block, you have your turn, right? So he takes his turn back right there. Another counter hit. He just needs to combo into the crouching medium punch, but this time he did jab, jab, not recognizing that the pushback would be too much in this situation for the second chain jab to connect. If he'd done jab medium again, he would have had the kill. So he does jab, jab, and he thought it was going to combo. So he cancels the jab, jab into scissors, which would have gone into level 3, but the second jab whiffed. So once again, a slight unfamiliarity there from the situation from Nemo. Scissors. Fortunately, Ken's in burnout. Everything in burnout does 4 more frames of block stun, so this is now safe on block. So he's good. Tries to keep Angry Bird in the corner. He knew, at that point, you know the jump is coming. Like, they both know the jump is coming to try to get out of the corner. So what Angry Bird does is he goes into immediate jump heavy punch. Like, presses it. So he presses it. Look how low. This is when he presses it. Before Nemo even left the ground. The whole purpose of this jump is to prevent the air-to-air. Like, he knows that Nemo's going to try to jump air-to-air him. Gets a jump fierce. Uses that to dash forward. Neutral jumps to potentially bait a throw tech. But Nemo is thinking, I got to keep this guy on the left side of the screen now. Gets the jump back heavy kick. They trade. I think Angry Bird was potentially trying to bait out a throw tech because Ken's back throw would put Nemo into the corner. So Nemo wants to avoid that as well. So Angry Bird neutral jumps. Nemo back jumps to prevent a cross up. They trade in the air. Nemo immediately dashes in. He's trying to take advantage of this burnout. Run stop as Nemo dashes in. Scramble, jab, jab into nothing. He knows that if Angry Bird lands, the Psycho Crusher connects, he can cancel into level 3. The level 3 will chip at this much health, right? It'll be guaranteed. Angry Bird knows that he can't be forced to block anything or he is dead. So in this situation, he is buffering the super. He is prepared. He is prepared in this situation. After the neutral jump, he sets it up perfectly to buffer super. If he sees anything, he cancels into level 3. He cancels into level 3 on the OD Psycho Crusher. Gets the big CA. But he's still now in burnout for a little bit of time and has 0 super meter to his name. So what does Nemo do? Psycho Crusher in, because if he blocks it, he's dead. Angry Bird knows that, so he tries to jump away from the situation again. And what does Nemo do now? Well, now that you're stuck to the up back here in this situation, there's nowhere to go but down. On block or on hit, this level 3 is getting the job done, and it's invincible. At this point, there's nothing Angry Bird can do to avoid the situation. Cancels into the level 3. If he tries to jump away from it, he's got to get hit. If he blocks it, he's dead. And I think Angry Bird actually blocked it there, gets the chip, and gets the round. So that was a checkmate at the very end. Scramble City, caused by a couple flubs from Nemo, but he recovers and gets a very strong checkmate there at the very end. Listen, neither of these players, they're fighting for their life right now. These players want to make it to the big stage. Nemo has been in this position before. Angry Bird, the reigning Evo champ, trying to get his second title in a row. It is tense. And so the set continues. If this was not a top 8 match, Nemo would have eliminated Angry Bird. But it's first to 3 because it's a top 8 match. So they carry on. This is a pretty strong tactic as well. So he goes for the offensive drive rush here. But once he sees that Angry Bird is over his head, a good idea to do, either let the drive rush run out if you want to build space, or immediate whiff drive rush jab. You can stop your momentum and then turn around and keep your offensive pressure going. Head stop shenanigans, plus on block, counter it. That is like +5. I'm very surprised. Angry Bird presses on negative frames all the time. It calls out you overextending or trying to do something cheeky. So what happens here? He walks back a frame, or he tried to do back heavy kick. Try to steal a turn with back heavy kick. Back heavy kick would be +1 on block, but If this is only +5 at best, back heavy kick is 10 frames, I believe. So there's a 5-frame gap there, so the jab will interrupt for sure. So called out the overextension from Nemo. Gets the jab, counter hit conversion. Wow, 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 wow. And this is the danger of M. Bison with these head stomp and psycho rise and hell divers shenanigans. He gets the head stomp, swings it back around to the back. The anti-air happens to whiff. This is kind of a weird interaction. He goes back because he wants your anti-air to go the wrong way, and then he comes back to the other side. But he wants the hell diver to turn around and face him so that he can get like a punish on the whiffed anti-air. But it never turned around. That was kind of fortunate for Angry Bird and unfortunate for Nemo. Nice punish. It's hard to use space scissors on Ken. Against a lot of characters, this light kick scissors would be safe, but Ken's light kick is a great punish on M. Bison scissors from pretty far. And Angry Bird was definitely ready for it. He gets the punish counter sand light kick. That's why you don't see too many scissors from Nemo here. Overhead to the shimmy. Yeah, that's a perfect. Everything just worked in this situation. So it's RPS at this point. Meaty Stand Fierce catches the jump out from Nemo. Then gets the overhead. Then gets the backdash shimmy. Full conversion. Wow. Low 4 to the plus frames from Angry Bird. Yeah, all those Stand Fierces are +1. Called out the backdash with drive rush jab. Look. Angry Bird has been mauling in the corner, and once again, the only reversal option Bison has is level 1. For Angry Bird to read this at this moment and just block is incredible. DI punish starter. Oh, definitely dropped the combo there. Yeah, Nemo's defensive calls are not working. Looked for the low forward shipping to build space, but this is just nearly a double perfect. He should have had the double perfect, yeah. He built the level 3. He missed the level 3 right there. That should have been a double perfect. I forgot about this. There, and then this is kind of dangerous. Bison is a little tricky when you're in burnout, for sure. So Nemo calls out the shimmy on wake up. I like that from Nemo. So he uses the button sequence on a wake up here to cancel into the head stomp to build some space. Uses OD head stomp there on the way to get plus frames. Angry Bird techs the throw. You know, Nemo wants the corner. Plus. Nice air to air. So another solid option to beat the Devil's Reverse shenanigans, which is a little bit more consistent and less risky than whiffing a grounded anti-air, is finding a solid button that hits air to air like that. So just air to air jab there from Angry Bird. Nullifies the situation. No left-right shenanigans with the hell diver after head stomp. And Angry Bird claims the round which should have been his. He should have had a double perfect essentially on Nemo. But we're going into the final game between these two players. Who's going to make it to the big stage? Again, we see that here. So Angry Bird using the fireball here, spaced out to set up the drive rush approach. Common tactic here from Angry Bird. He goes to drive rush fierce, but the spacing didn't work out. Did Nemo get a perfect parry? Yeah, Nemo perfect parried the fireball, actually. That was key. Because he perfect parried, he canceled the block stun of the fireball, and he's able to walk back here, which helped make the drive rush fierce punch whiff. So that was definitely key. And then at this range, neutral jump from Angry Bird to bait out a scissors or a stand fierce. Nemo reacts again with drive rush crouch fierce into the light back fist. Plants the bomb. Oh no. Drive rush bait. Checks the whiff on the drive rush jab right there. Pops the Psycho Crusher. Overhead, back fist. You're back in the same mixer. Ooh. Yeah, it's party time. When Bison has that bomb on you, it's party time. And I love Nemo's usage of the target combo. Basically, whenever he forces you to pop the bomb, he's either going for the throw or uses medium punch target combo to set up a high-low mix. Pretty unique. Wow, stand medium kick from Ken. That is negative and almost punishable sometimes, if I remember correctly. So going for the perfect parry after that is really, really key. So stand medium kick. -5 on block. Yeah, it's punishable on block based on the range, but usually it's not at a range where you can punish it. So going for the perfect parry there, knowing that people want to take their turn back after, is definitely very smart. Dragon Lash on crouching conversion. into the run Tatsu to get maximum corner carry. You're in the other corner already off that perfect parry. But this is just RPS, man. Nemo guesses correctly this time on the walk-up throw. Punish counter conversion lets him set up the OD scissors into the back fist. You are very dead. I'm really surprised that Angry Bird did this, but also I'm not surprised. So almost every interaction, Nemo has done dry rush into nothing. So I mentioned that plenty of times, how key it is to have the option to do dry rush and be able to block, because many of the setups, if you do dry rush, you can't block with that reversal. It's guaranteed. So him doing empty dry rush, baiting the reversal, I think Angry Bird was thinking at this point that Nemo has gone for the empty dry rush so many times. He's going to finally do something now. He's going to go for a throw, a low and overhead or something. And so I'm going to go for the reversal. But Nemo is sticking with his guns and baits out the reversal and gets the punish here. And Nemo is now on set points to eliminate the EVO champion and get into the top 6 on Sunday. Guesses correctly on the dry rush jab. Bomb planted. Overhead blocked. Wow. Wow, scary situation. And the same idea again that both these players have been utilizing. Spaced out dry rush in footsies. They know that when people want to take their turn back and they're spaced out, just buffer a dry rush behind it. If they happen to whiff, you get a guaranteed punish. And if not, you're probably going to get pressure anyways from dry rush jab. Perfect parry in the safe jump. So if you aren't aware of these situations, if someone perfect parries your safe jump, you're only -2. So if they perfect parry a regular jump in and you're higher in the air, you can be punished actually. But on a safe jump that hits very deep, like you see here with Ken, you are negative, but they can't punish you, but they can take a turn back. Nemo uses this to buffer jab into head stomp to set up a tricky situation, get out of the corner, and Angry Bird's defense against the Helldiver was so good this whole set, but finally this time he goes for the cross-up Helldiver. Tries to go for the crouch fierce, just late on it. You know, it's not guaranteed these options. It depends on what angle he goes at. Maybe an air-to-air would have been a better option here from Angry Bird, but the Helldiver connects this time, and he's going to get the counter hit conversion here. Crouching medium punch. Sets up the mine. Time to guess for your tournament life. And I really meant it. I really meant it. Time to guess for your tournament life. After defending so well against the head stomp and the Helldivers and avoiding the bomb situations, at the very last moment, he plants the mine after landing the cross-up Helldiver. And it's party time for a reason. I promised you guys the damage was huge. It hadn't happened yet the entire set, but in the final interaction, how much damage was this total? This whole round. This whole round was what was it? It was a perfect parry combo, a cross-up Helldiver. So 3 touches, perfect parry combo, cross-up Helldiver, and then a buffered crouching medium punch, calling out the press from Angry Bird. Crouching medium punch buffered into the OD Cycle Crusher. When the bomb is planted, it goes into this unique animation. You can do, it does huge damage, unscaled. You get combo follow-ups. OD head stomp, stand fierce, level 3. Massive unscaled damage. So Angry Bird defended so well against these situations up until the final game. And the 2023 EVO champion had been eliminated at 7th place, and Nemo pops off. The man who was in this position before eliminated the EVO Japan champion, the 2nd place runner-up in EVO Vegas 2023, now eliminated the reigning champ to finally make it back into the top 6 on Sunday. So it's not settling just for a top 8 medal. He gets to show out on the big stage. And that's how the EVO 2023 champion was eliminated. He had an amazing showing, did Angry Bird, took out a lot of really strong players and showed off a lot of high-level matches, but it wasn't his year. It's too much to ask for one person to win them all. We haven't seen a back-to-back EVO champion in the modern era ever. It would have been amazing to see, but that is how things went down this time. If you enjoyed this video, please let me know in the comments below, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.